Right, I got you. I got you, bro. Nah, no. Yeah, you can get a couple. I'm gonna go live. So just come on the page. Come on the page, and you ain't gotta, and you will see the big discount that you're gonna get when you do the math. That's why when I go live, all you gotta do is have your Amazon open, and the books that I'm gonna be offering for a small fraction, the total price you're gonna see is like $1,600. But I'm gonna give some free books away, and the books I'm gonna give away, I mean the books that's like 1,600 are probably $100. And watch all the literature people get. So give me a minute, Nova. Yeah, yeah, cause I'm live. All right. Yep, give me a second. Get your pencils and your papers, man. Yeah, I got you. Before I do this little book review, as a matter of fact, let me log off of this one. I wanna click on my temple page real fast. Hold on. One second, family. Get my glasses. I can't see. Where are my glasses? Oh, there they go. All right, let me get my eyes. So I can see. Put your hands where I can see. If you really want to party with me, put your. If you really want to party with me. So, before I even do this book preview, I want to say peace, peace, peace to everybody. I want to send love to everyone, no matter what your creed is, no matter what your spirituality is. I love you. I'm not here for no debate. But for all my brothers and sisters that's here for understanding and research, and if you study, I'm here to offer books. I have my own book company, which is mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z, where you can download expensive books on your tablet. And if you want those books printed and bind it, you can send an email PDF to Office Max or Staples, and they'll bind it like this. I used to bind it and print it for people, but I got tired of doing it because a lot of NBCs is just, I'm like, go and see how much the literature costs on Amazon. And we like giving our money away, and when we say support black business and all that crap, that stuff just cliche. So the first little nugget I want to speak on, when everybody talk about this NFT and they so advanced and investing, and nobody, just because you in spirituality or you some this and that don't make you no professional in investing. All you have to ask a person is their ROI and really look at how long a person invested. And if you bet small, you win small. And you have investment teams. So I don't want people to get into certain sciences thinking they're going to magically make some money or magically file something and somebody's going to make them this. That's not realistic neither. Oh, this the wrong. I didn't even grab it. Oh, I grabbed the wrong $2 bill. But I wanted to show something before I speak. Let me see. I don't feel like going in it, but I grabbed the wrong $2 bill. But I wanted to show something like back in early times, whatever you want to call it, we was under a gold standard. And a lot of money had red writings. And I thought I grabbed my red $2 bill with the red writings, but I grabbed the wrong one. But anyway, I have $2 bills with red writings. And when you look it up, those specific $2 bills are worth a lot of money. When I got it, looked at it, a lot of my bills, when I got it minted, one of my $2 bills is worth like $90. So that's a lot of the stuff I do out here in Arizona. I go to a lot of trade shows, and I don't want to pull out all my coins and things. I know what coins to look for. I got coins. I probably got more change than people got money saved because I know what coins to look for, and I got introduced to things. And so when people talk about this and that and the other in investments, it's a plethora of ways to invest. And I would never tell nobody what to invest in or how to invest. I just tell them to research and educate yourself on what you're doing. Because this assumption and risk in everything you do, especially when you're dealing with investment, especially if you're not playing with real money and you don't have an investment team. I just wanted to say that too. That internet should be fake. So, back to the basics. I'm going to offer a couple books today. Like I said, I have a couple companies. One of my companies is mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z. The other one is morrishaberdasher.com, where you can get all your Moorish American regalia and much, much more. Also, we have our temple and school, which is the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. I'm one of the head teachers. I'm the sheik, the spiritual guide. And of course, we have muftis and we have members. Our temple and school webpage is bbtsciencetemple.com. Please check out our temple and school webpage, bbtsciencetemple.com, and see what we're all about. So, with that being said, I always like to educate before I offer literature. So some of the books I'm going to offer, as a bonus, if I feel like it. But then as I'm offering the books for sale today, I hope you comparing and contrasting to how much they cost on Amazon. But I also like to show things to let you know what's before. Like when I talk about international law, you can pull up old films like from Maya Angelou and Tony Brown's journals. And when you hear Maya Angelou when she's doing a lecture and she's speaking on international law, and she's speaking just like I'm speaking, like this is not taught in the classrooms. And when we don't know certain things, when I talk about this right here, when I talk about the hidden cause of the Civil War and why they try to make books so expensive. When you look the hidden cause of the Civil War, I think that's by Tenzer, and I have all those books. A lot of them was given to me. I have another book. I gotta find it, the name of it, because I have it in my file. They try to sell that book for 40 grand. And so the stuff I talk about is academia. Like in the first words on the subject of citizenship, Congress in 1790 restricted naturalization to white persons. When I ask you, what's your nationality? What's your race? What's your status? And people just play games and argue with dumb stuff. I ain't ask you what your culture, what you believe in. Your national name is connected and annexed to your to your name that your mother gave you at birth. Annexation. That's what make you free. You annex your L and the B to your name your mother gave you at birth. Through the requirements for naturalization change frequently thereafter. This racial prerequisite to citizenship endured for over a century and a half, remaining in force until 1952. From the earliest years of this country until just a generation ago, being a white person was a condition for acquiring citizenship. Whether one was white, however, was often no easy question. As immigration reached record heights at the run of the turn of the century, countless people found themselves arguing their racial identity in order to naturalize. I ain't even got to go no further when I just deal with educational facts. Let's deal with another educational fact. When I tell you that the Negro Nation will lie to you, these brothers and fraternities will lie to you, and I'm not here to argue with no one. The Greekers are fraud. You don't got to listen to me. Research Steve Coakley back in the day. He just went a little bit too far with all of it. But all that stuff, this is old science. And the European Mason is not the joke of masonry. The European is not the joke of masonry. The Negro is. I'm initiated. I'm 99 degrees. The European will tell you plainly that he or she is a son of a Muslim if you initiate it. Most of these Moors just playing. But they wear the fez. They wear all the signs and symbols. But then goofballs get on IG and diss masonry. Talk about they some widow son. When you see this here, this is not ancient. This is what the European and the Negro Masons bow down to. Yes, it's some holy images on here. And these Negro Masons won't tell you the truth. Because they the joke of masonry. They 32 and 33 degrees. That's a level above freezing. That's in meteorology, that's when water freezes. So listen what these Negroes and the European says. They know this not ancient. I'm about to show you it's not ancient. And I'm about to show you another document that I'm going to be giving away as a bonus. If people get the literature. If you don't get the literature, you don't get the bonuses. I'm fine. Europeans study you to a T. That's how they're able to take your science and rewrite it because you don't know where it's coming from. You be like, oh, this deep. That shit ain't deep. I'm telling you, you got to be initiated. And if you're not, you playing. You just joking. So this is what they say, the secret ritual of the secret work of the ancient Arabic order of nobles of the mystic shrine, copyrighted by the Imperial Grand Council of the ancient Arabic order of nobles of the mystic shrine. Listen, Dr. B.H. Stilliard, 33 degrees. 33 degrees, that ain't shit. That's what most of these Negroes are. And if they want to get on here and joke, I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. I get all your shit that you signed the oath and be like, stop playing with me. Because you have to identify. And this is July 14th, Washington, D.C. This modern. Now watch this. You see this? The real Indian is the Negro, a.k.a. the Blackamoor. When I'm telling you, not only stop getting all that white shit in your head, your own people be lying to you. Let me tell you who this was passed out to. Written and sent to all students in the Ministry of Islam in the wilderness of North America by Elijah Muhammad, servant of Allah, dated 4/2/1936. And then they reissued it in January in 1963. And so everything in here, they know. They study more science and everything. They want to, all the Moors want to play them games like they don't know and just be joking with you with that religious stupidity shit. That's what they do. It's hogwash. And all this whole document would debunk everything. And that's why they hide shit from you. It breaks everything down from the Jesuit letters, everything. Showing you that the original Indians, proof in the Jesuit letters that the Negroes, as the original Indians, I mean, they got Jack Forrest's book in here. It's everything in here quoting. I don't want to read over it again. You need the document. And that's why I be laughing. Most people don't be initiated, so they just have barbershop talk. They just be in there arguing. So let me get to the fact check real fast to what I'm finna illuminate. We talk about some 4th of July. They don't even know that's the year of the Kiefer. Now watch this. I'm finna show you something. I'm finna show you a picture. Now I just showed you this with them Negroes of promulgate that European Negro watered down stuff because they always got some European potentates. And the last thing that a Freemason and Negro knows, the first thing I teach you as an adept, these is facts. The European agree with me. Watch this. I'm finna read it to you. And you tell me who ancient and who modern. Look. They sons of Muslims. And they're proud to be it. Master Fard Muhammad under the alias David Ford. And then they want to get all that argument. I didn't hear. I said, man, y'all got to be crazy. You want to talk about all this shit you ain't never seen and you can't find out who a regular person is because you got religious dogma. Because we all take people, we got, oh, like this person telling us who we are. We gonna no disrespect to no Islam Muslim, but man, our prophet was before these people. And a lot of the shit is a sham. And we just not gonna talk about it. I'm telling you the real. Fard Muhammad under the alias David Ford, picture in the upper left-hand corner. There are many Masons shown in this picture. The development of the Moorish Science Temple of America saw the influence of many high-degree Black Shriners, Masons, and secret societies, particularly the ancient Egyptian Arabic Order of the Nobles of Mystic Shrine. Okay, but the Europeans say he's the Arabic Mystic Shrine by some motherfucking, excuse my candor, Dr. B.H. Stilwell in 1914. Let's do the math. Okay, ready? So here he is. Listen to this. The development of the Moorish Science Temple of America saw the influence of many high-degree Black Shriners. Before I even go there, y'all remember Angelo Abdul Hamid Solomon? Deuce Muhammad? That was 99 degrees that came from Egypt. Research Deuce Muhammad and Abdul Hamid Solomon. And they came to the States, especially to New York, and was checking them European Negro Masons and them Negro Masons at the big conference. Real talk. This ain't no slander to nobody. None of that shit is original. Where do you think they got this science from? They just made it clandestine. So, and these secret societies, particularly the ancient Egyptian Arabic Order of Nobles of the Mystic Shrine, started by Noble Ali Rofel Pasha and John George Jones in 1893. 1893. What? Can you speak about the era and right in which you received the 99 degrees? I don't really want to, if you know where I'm talking about it, man. Like, it's really nothing to talk about, Noble. What do you say, she? Can you speak about the AFMR in which the right, which you received 9 degrees? I am humbly seeking guidance. Noble, I really can't talk about that on here. That's a lot of stuff. I give generalities. And to be one, you must know one. And this is no slander. If you go to them Negro Masons, they're going to play with you. They don't know nothing. All you're going to do is go in the basement. It's going to be a drinking hall. I keep telling people, just because me speaking on something and me explaining it to who, it's an initiation. So me explaining something, me talking about something is really nothing. I'm giving generalities to see brothers, if they seeking wisdom, here I am. If a person say sheik, and if you on my IG page, then you know I have muftis. All my muftis been with me for 3 years. So me just telling the person and them not guiding and taking it, it's just like if a person want to learn martial arts. Me talking martial arts and you not being a student, it's no application. And then I make it easy. If a person really want to learn, you must be a student. And there's some financial obligation to be to it. And that's what people don't want. They want somebody to tell them something. And I'm not talking about you. I'm explaining it as what I get every day. Everybody try to ask me a whole bunch of questions. Well, can I talk about this? Can I talk about that? I say I do with my members and my students and with my brotherhood and with my initiates, with my Jacobite, with my muftis. We study, we practice the weapons, mentally, spirituality, finances. We do it every day. Just like I tell people about Moorish science, I'm from the temple. Just like education, I'm educated. So I came down from the so-called throne and created my own school to teach my brothers and sisters so they don't have to get caught up in that rhetoric with these goofies talking about they're going to nationalize them or squat in their houses or some Negro Freemasonry, not telling people everything and afraid to wear your fez. That's the only way you're going to get it from me. That's the only way. And I'm explaining it. It's almost like I'm courting my brothers and sisters. I'm courting you. Just like if you was interested in a female, I'm courting you to come into the world. But I can't just tell, and a person don't want to be a member, because under this science and under this Islam, you have to be under the top. It's a teaching. It's an initiate. And everybody know that's truth. That's why I said the European is not the joke of masonry. The European is the son of Muslim. He or she will tell you, if you came to Arizona, every European Mason out here know me. I go on campuses and teach. I teach their children. So if any of my brothers that want to learn, the first thing they should be doing is be a student and give homage. If not, I don't know what a person wants. Like I told people, I don't think people be listening to what I'm saying. My muftis are on IG as well. They'll tell you, people be wanting like more like, man, I need that sign on the back of your car. Like I had an empress in my temple in Savannah, Georgia. And my reach is fire. I'm not just no more. I'm an educator. I've been all over educating. I know cops, I know district attorneys. And so when something going on, it's free information. Ask my members. An empress down there running her mouth, talking shit to them cops down there, don't understand where she at. Man, they hit me right up like, yeah, we finna drag her out of her job. She lying, talking about, oh, my cousin in trouble. I'm like, okay, now if you lying, I'm done dealing with you. Look it up as her. Lost her job, everything. You can't be a perpetrator. And that's what I be telling people. Everybody be wanting outside stuff. Oh, I need that on the back of my car. To do what? You ain't above no law. You know what I mean? And that's what I tell people. There's no disrespect. Everybody be wanting me to tell something. I'm like, well, tell me about this and tell what can I tell a person about it? If you're not willing to be a student, if you're not willing to be initiated, a person want to go buy an outfit from Amazon. I'm gonna go buy me a Kung Fu outfit or a Wing Chun outfit and go around people that study it every day. And most people don't want to commit. Most people don't want to be a part of nothing. They just want to follow, jump on Amazon. And I'm just using this to bring people's privately. That's the only way. Now back to the teaching. But the Mystic Shrine, started by Noble Ali Rofel Pasha and John George Jones in 1893. These secret societies played a major role in the events during the late 20s and 30s in governmental changes in America that have great importance to the events happening presently and the respect to the subject of reparations and the New World Order. You see, when I talk about reparations, I'm down with reparations too, but no Negro, Black, and color are going to get no reparations. The only people got paid for Negro, Black, and color, which is synonymous to slave, is the master. You must restore yourself back to your original state. These is keys. It ain't even shit else to argue about. That's why my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because they refuse to learn. And I keep telling everybody, the European is my student. Just like Noble Drew Ali said, the European helping me, why not you? They study everything. The Quran, you see the L in it, the Quran, you see the Quran, the Quran. But everybody just want to jump. What's the fad now is Negroes jump on Instagram and want to ask a whole bunch of cliche questions because they've been caught up with all these people, national like this, ask a whole bunch of questions like this, some fucking debate team. And I just use this to bring people to my educational platform because I have classes Saturday and Sunday. And so when grown men be asking me, well, can I talk about this? Am I affiliated with my comedic degrees? What me talking about is going to do if people don't want to learn. If people don't want to give a part of their money to come learn, to get literature and get books. How? It don't make no fucking sense. How can you be a member of the Moorish Science Master Mason? See, that's what I be saying. How can I become a Moorish Science Master Mason? Dude, it'd be hard for me. It's the mental. How can you become, how do you know yourself? And so I always throw the question back on people. Like it must be something on you. It ain't nothing got to do with me. That's why my members on here, my mufti, when people see the compass and the square, all these brothers on here that got the same cloth is my muftis. All of them not on here yet. But it ain't no, okay, I'm gonna read this book and I'm gonna get this little trinket. That ain't it. It's more than that. It's how you living, it's your upbringing, how you spending your finances, are you committed to your empress, what you eating, how you living, are you teaching your kids? But people get caught up in that cliche shit and that TV shit with standing with your feet out. I'm standing on my square and I'm finna get some fake ass sheriff badge. That's what these motherfuckers want. Oh, I'm finna claim my nationality. I'm finna drive without license. I'm finna overthrow the fucking government. You gotta master yourself before anything. That's the first thing. When I say the 360 degrees is just material wisdom. 360 degrees is just material wisdom. That's the sum total of material wisdom. But 720 is the sum total of both material and spiritual wisdom. So the first thing a person have to do is master their self. Master their lower self, because nothing a part of you is evil. And most Moors can't master their self because they're not committed. They won't be a part of, to be Moors. This type of Moorish Islam, Hashik, studying, initiate, all that. But Moors think they can just read a book or go get some shit and magically, boom. And I know what these Moors be trying to be, some sovereign citizens, like they finna get some free shit. I'm finna overthrow the government. I don't want to work. All that goofy shit. So when I tell people, I say, what you mean? What is a master mason to you? Because I always throw it back at people when they ask me, what is a master mason? I start breaking things down, because it's just like the black feds with my tassel, AT. Everybody, I want a black fed with a gold tassel. And I say, okay, well, what a black belt in martial arts? Well, that means you a master. No, it don't. That means you ready to study. That means you know the basics of life. That means you know the basics. That means you know how to master, to operate on this physical plane. Now, the rest of the science is the 720. And most people don't even be having an aptitude because they're not willing to learn. They want some quick shit, or they want to dress up and be walking around pompous and pageantry. They want to have notoriety. And notoriety is being known for the wrong shit. A master mason teaches his family. A master mason look different than everybody. If you my age, you look different. Not making excuses. Now, I ain't got time to do this. Not all watching TV all day. Your finances right. Your empress right there with you. But most of these Moors be on some crazy shit. So when I ask a person, what's a master mason? They'll start saying all the European clandestine shit that they got from TV, or they got from some people off the internet. When most people don't know how to circle and square, they don't know how to use the compass and square. You got to know how to use the compass and square to circumscribe the world. So if I say the circle and the square have both 360-degree parameter, a person will say no, and I say yes, they do. They do. They both have 360-degree of parameter. Before I even get into stuff, I'll give you signs or symbols. What does the book say the cover of the Moorish Quran consist of? Nobody can tell you. What do the feds consist of that you ain't on the internet, that you got somebody give you some basic shit? A person can't tell you. Why? Because you have to be initiated. When I break down basic law, when I break down the triple rows, you have to be initiated, and then you have to be brought up in this shit in degrees, just like academia. Or you just gonna skip shit unless you test out of it, unless you have the aptitude to test out of these things. But that's the thing we want to do. It's a whole bunch of charlatans playing wisdom, getting all these books, and they living in the poor lives. And they're not initiated. But then they diss the Kemetic science, and it's our science, which I just illuminated. And then I make this shit easy. I'm right here. I'm online. We get ready to have our 3rd annual Moorish Ball. I just broke down how people can get in contact with us. I said, check out our Temple and School page, our web page, to see what I'm all about. I can be a straight up asshole. I can be a lying motherfucker and just hustle people out of their money. Like I tell a person, you ain't gonna see who I am. Just like one lady was like, Sheik, I've been following you for years. You've been silent. All these Moors be getting caught up, talking about they can nationalize you doing this. And she said, I don't know why all these grown Moors ain't with you, because they done fell for that sham shit. I tell Moors every day, my Temple and School page, every day and everybody, how I do this, our Temple and School webpage, bbtsciencetemple.com, my mufti's on here. If my mufti see the brother asking, respond to the noble. And that's why I be telling all my muftis, y'all see the people on here where y'all here, write their names down and get in contact with the brother. Because I don't have time to write everybody's name down. If my mufti's on here, which y'all are, y'all should be getting this brother name down, getting in his inbox, getting with the brother. And if I gave you, go on bbtsciencetemple.com and to the comment section and give you information, we'll get with you. But if you serious, no, because I'm live, holla at me. In my email, Goodman, Goodman, my name, Khary @gmail.com. And I'll get it to my mufti, Lamar Bey. He's not on here. And he'll correspond with you probably later on today, get you the syllabus and all that, because it's contingent on the person wanting to be a member. And the financial obligation is pennies to what you're going to get. The wisdom, the brotherhood, the support. We do everything in-house, legally. They talk about legally. Yes, legally and lawfully. Yes, we operate in the parameters of the law. Yes, all that cliche shit, man, I'm good with that. So that's how it be, man. I teach the right way. And I educate people for you can learn, so you can walk in proudness. So you can feel good about what you're doing. For your empress can feel good about what you're doing. For your family can feel good about what you're doing. Because we ain't going against nothing. We don't dish the scriptures. We're from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. That's Bible. Everybody else is tripping. Our attire is not no Islamic or nothing. Our attire is biblical. It's biblical. So now, here go the book preview. Of course, you can't get the state booklet off Amazon because they don't have it. This state booklet is going to stop all the bullshit that Moore's been lying to you, saying the temple set up this. Now you're going to know everything. And even the brothers in the preface, when I tell you they can't lie on the prophet, but when you look up certain brothers, they be lying and they be getting in trouble for filing fake taxes, but they can't not put the right teachings out because everything that the prophet wrote, it can be looked up. Everything that the prophet organized from the temple can be looked up in the CCRD, the County of Cook Recorder of Deeds. And this is the state booklet, and it just destroys all the trash that every Moor be talking about. I have this available for Moors for a donation. If you don't want to get it, I don't give a shit. Don't make me no difference. Make me no different. You can get that from me. If you don't want it, don't give a shit. $20 donation. But with that $20 donation, you will get this letter right here from the CCRD in 2016 to Sheikh Love L. Sheikh is more to D Love L. When they be talking about some 1010 and some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, I read this before and they just destroyed him. They said, man, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all illegally the 101099 ain't no fucking trust fund at the end of the rainbow. It ain't nothing but a goddamn affidavit. Like I told you, listen, I'm gonna read the last one. Your position is illegally and factually incorrect. Please see the relevant statutory authority referenced above. And some of your other correspondence, you indicate that the CCRD has refused to file certain real estate and non-real estate related documents and index them under trust, which ain't no trust, 1010-5905. To be clear, document 1010-5905 is not a trust document. This document is simply an affidavit of organization under the Religious Corporation Act, which means it is the document served as a record that the Moorish Science Temple of America is organized and incorporated as a religious corporation under the Religious Corporation Act. The CCRD is not a trustee of any trust or trust assets maintained by or for the benefit of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That responsibility relies with the Moorish Science Temple of America. And you know them niggas ain't got shit. Excuse my candor. And if you are having difficulty recording certain documents in our office, please refer to the recording requirements referenced in the legally authority cited above. And finally, you indicate that you would like the Moorish Science Temple of America to place employees in the CCRD for various purposes. State law clearly indicates that you have no authority to demand that you employ members of your congregation in our office. This law. So checkmate again. These Negroes be lying. All that trash, y'all be getting in trouble. All that shit is fugazi. It's fugazi. Stop, and I tell people, I give you the basics. My temple ID is for the temple. That's it. My travel ID is for the Moorish Science Temple of America. My membership ID is for the Moorish Science Temple of America. We got a tax ID card. It's for the Moorish Science Temple of America. I use them all. But my own school, we got our own ID, our temple school, our temple and school, and our national ID with our tax exempt status on the bottom. And all my members use it. We a real school. So who cares? First book. And now it's Cash App $ KGB when Moors be saying, I don't know how to donate. It's right. If you jumped on my page, you see it's right at the top. If you donate to Cash App $ KGPay, or if you have PayPal, paypal.me/IBNLBay7. When you donate, leave your name in the inbox. Your email handle for my Muftis can get you the books. I get everything to you within 24 hours. So this is the first book, Peter Lambert Wilson. When I say the European agree with me. And it's so many other Europeans that wrote about our prophet. Peter Moon, Hakeem Bey, which the Moors be lying about. Hakeem Bey is a European. Him right here. He wrote all the Moorish paradigm papers. The person, Peter Lambert Wilson, is Hakeem Bey. The author, just like I got over 100 books. I ain't even put them all out yet because I just put them out sporadically. And so you look on Amazon, I want people to compare and contrast. So right now, if you got Amazon put up, this right here is $230 on Amazon. And now I got the books on my temple on my business page, mypdfbooks.com. But today I'm offering the bundle. I'm not splitting it up. I don't give a shit. If you can't afford it, oh well, I'm not for you. I'm doing bundles. If you don't want the bundle, who gives a shit? So boom, that's one. That's on Amazon for $234. Golden Age of the Moors. On Amazon, it's $150. I hope you're pulling it up while I'm speaking. This is the most cheapest one, white cargo, but it's packed with all information. We didn't want to get you with that false narrative. This on Amazon for $22. Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering. When I say, man, you get out that spookism, this shit been happening before. Just like when people be talking about behold the pale horse, all them, they ain't nothing but Freemasonries. When you get in chapter 4, that secret treaty of Verona, when everybody be thinking they read something, I'm like, what it mean? They can't tell you. They were all Freemasons, just like Zachariah Stinson, them fake ass Negro Egyptologists. They be using that European, talk about some Anunnaki, some aliens. That's all pseudo too. And on Amazon, this started off at, let's see, the cheapest one, because they all use, they have no new ones. So the cheapest one started off at $995, and then it goes all the way up to 4 bands. And then, of course, our commentary, which everybody should have on Amazon, this is Exhumed of the Nation, is $230. On my business page, mypdfbooks.com, books with a Z, you can get this for $75. Download it on your tablet, send it to Office Max and Staples. They'll print it and bind it. I think it's like about as far as written pages, it might be like 500 pages, but it's like, I think 600 total. It costs you a couple dollars, but you got it. And you got the whole book for a fraction of the price. You can have it on your tablet. What person today walking around with all these books? And in here, that's why people don't talk about it, because Exhumed of the Nation burn their fingertips off. Exhumed of the Nation burn their fingertips off when they be talking about they can nationalize you and all that shit and denationalize you, and it's telling you they lying right in the preface. I don't have time to go through all that. Right in the preface to tell you that. It breaks down all the law, everything. So if Moors say they Moors, they should have this. And this don't make you an adapt neither. People be having manuals and don't know how to operate the manual. You got to have a map and a guide. This shit ain't nothing but paper. I don't need none of it. And that's what I tell people. So all that wisdom right there, let's see. If I got my calculator, I don't. Let's see. We'll say 1,000, 230, 100. And I ain't even gonna add the 22. So 1, 12, 14, 15. I'll just say $1,500. $1,500 worth of wisdom on Amazon. And I'm be giving people some wisdom away. This right here is priceless. You can't even get on Amazon. This right here is priceless. These two right here is priceless. This right here is packed with so much information just in general with the prophet, everything, history, everything. This is packed with knowledge. These priceless. You can't get these off Amazon. So all those books that I just gave, all those books, anybody want them? You can get all those books. You see the price. And Moors don't want to give and I told him more one day, $125 for all that literature. His wife was like, you got to be a fool. She said, you just went and bought one book, goofy nigga. This what his wife said. She said, you went and just bought a book for $100. And this man offering you all these books for the price of one book. And you can go to, well, I like to write in my book. She's like, that's an excuse. She said, the man said you can go to Office Max and Staples and have them print and buying the book. What's the fucking problem? Oh, I get with you. Hit me up, getting all her kids' books, college books, be like, and that's what I be telling niggas be full of shit. I'm keeping it 100, because if you into it, why would you go to Amazon and be happy to spend thousands for a book? And you ain't finna go to Amazon and you happy to go to Amazon and buy this for $230. Do you know how much the people that author the book get? I know. Fucking pennies. Ask my sister. I wish she'd jump around and ask how much you get for your books. I don't bring no third party in my contract. I use my money to create my own platforms. I keep telling people this when nobody can shut you down. Ain't nobody finna go on Amazon and just spend no stack for this. And if you do, you a fool. They make the books super expensive. And years ago, my muftis on Amazon, on IG, didn't I tell you? I said they're gonna make all these books more expensive as the years go. And what happened? They just be playing with the books, make them go high, vroom, 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 vroom. They go up and up and up and up. And I just got this one book from the library. It was in the library at San Diego State University. And I think if my mooches, if y'all on here, type the name of the book in there because I can't remember. I don't feel like going to get it. But when you look up the book, they try to hide the book for $40,000. And I called the different bookstores all over California. And so I was asking the guy, he was like, what's the name of the book? And I told him, he said, this shit is crazy. He said, you see what they try to do? He said, you got that book? And I was like, yeah. He said, well, how much did you pay for it? And I said, not no fucking 40,000. He was like, you must be connected. Because he said, I'm looking at the book. The book is out of print. And damn, I see it. Somebody trying to sell a book for 40 grand. He was like, that's sad. He was like, who are you, sir? Boom, 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 boom. We talking. He looked on, jump on my page, mypdfbooks.com. He was like, holy shit. He was like, you got all these books? He was like, I was looking for the book called The Unknown Arab. He was like, I was looking for that book. He was like, and on Amazon, they said it'll be out soon. He's like, you got that? I said, yeah, I got the book PDF. It's nothing. He was like, wow. Then he was like, do you got a book, an ancient book called the Abramelin, the Magi? And I said, yeah, volume 1, 2, and 3. He was like, holy shit, who are you? I said, I got all these books. And I tell people, I'm connected to a lot of esoteric libraries. If you're an educator, it's nothing new under the sun. And so those are all the books that I'm offering today. You can get all those books from me. All those books. That's worth, on Amazon, if you went and bought them, $1,600. You could get all those books from me and those free bonuses for $125. If you don't want them, don't make me no fucking difference. I'm gonna keep doing it every day. And when you talk about something hidden, ain't nothing hidden, because all these students just bought all these books from me and more and more and more and more when I was live on our platform. So I don't want to hear it. They don't go buy a whole bunch of marijuana or bullshit clothes. If that's what they into, they get what they into first and they study it. And that's how they rise above. Educational wise, historical wise. So there you have it. I showed y'all all the books. You can look on Amazon and see how much they cost. You get white cargo. And if you like to write in the books what Negroes say, you send an email, the PDF email book right to Office Master Staples, and they'll print it and bind it for you, just like this. Like I said, I used to do it for Negroes, but I just got tired of Negroes being cheap. I'm good, and I have my own platform, and I try to come back and help our own people. But my people lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn, and I don't have time for that shit. So these are the books I'm offering. And you can look them up on Amazon. I see the price. Books that you can't get off Amazon. If you're more, you want to know a little bit how to structure. I'm structured just like the prophet structured. You know what I mean? When I show y'all real science, when people don't know real science because they're not initiated, that's their fault. And a lot of people don't know what they're looking at. And this pamphlet is so much power in pamphlets. And when I showed y'all White by Law, and it's synonymous with The Hidden Cause of the Civil War by Tinsler. I think they got that book on Amazon for about $1,000. I got all those books. But then I tell people the religious laws trump all the other stuff. You're not a sovereign and a citizen. That's an oxymoron. And the religious laws trump everything. That's why the body means something. That's why being under the auspices means something. That's why the religious laws trump everything. You're under different laws. You're under different tax brackets. You can use your funds that you pay your taxes with to support your religious and scientific organization and get taxes and receipts instead of just giving it to Uncle Sam, which is a private banking system. And then look what all the stuff that you get if you're a member. Because a lot of my members are on my IG page right now on our Temple and School page on Instagram, which is burningbushtabernacle.ts. And all the information and the building and leadership and how can I say it, raising up and taking whatever you're doing to a higher level, it comes with all this. It's not just, oh, how can I be some master mason? Because that got to come with some aptitude. A person can be in a whole bunch of stuff like if I say, okay, well, read the playbook, and the person don't have the aptitude to learn the playbook and say, I want to be a quarterback, but you don't have the aptitude to read the playbook. Well, being a quarterback and being a quarterback on any, especially a high level, you got to know how to read the playbook. Or I want to play this type of instrument, but you don't know how to read music. Well, you don't have the aptitude to read the music. Well, I can play it on as soon as I hear it. Well, you ain't gonna hear everything. Here go the music. You got to be ready to go. It's a certain aptitude. And that's why I tell people, as a sheik, as a foreman, as a guy, I know how to put people in the right position to where it don't oversee their abilities or undersee their abilities. Because I never put a person in a position where they know they don't have no business, but they want to just do some shit. I have to be around a person. I have to see a person's aptitude to put you in position for you can win. I'm not going to put you over your pay grade. Here it is, I'm dealing with a person that didn't even graduate high school. That's a shade tree mechanic. And I'm going to put some, or you teach this class. You never taught a class. You never had structure. That's why most Moors don't get here. They think this science is something that they can just get real fast off some book. How I know? I listen to the language. Most brothers don't want to be initiated. Most brothers ain't never been in there. And I say, have you ever been a Boy Scout in life? Well, man, I don't be groups. Well, what makes you think you want to be a part of a brotherhood as an adult? And you as a kid, you were selfish. Shit don't change unless the heart change. Person never had no history of being in structure, then magically they jump on people's pages and don't investigate and say, oh, I want to be a part of this. That ain't nothing but like a person excited. And then when the excitement go, they fucking nowhere. When they get what they want, they know where they not consistent because they looking for something. Because all my members, we consistent. We going on our 4th year together. It's just like anything else. We in it for life. We build it. And so a lot of people get excited. They excited. And then when excitement runs out, they gone because they ain't built on nothing. That's those adults that's ADHD. And it ain't no disrespect. Well, oh, you think because you an adult now, that changed all the stuff when you was a child and you never healed from that? And that's why I say this internet shit is a joke, because it's mostly men in their 35s and 40s that's out here acting a fucking fool with this more science dumb shit. With this squad in the house, I'm finna nationalize you. I'm finna make some fake ass passport. What I want to be, close my eyes. I'm finna get some book. I'm finna go on the phone with some goofy ass nigga, and I'm finna excuse my candor, and I'm finna become some adept, or I'm finna become some master mason in 3 days. In 3 days, man. Don't you know? In times, man, to even say to stay a master, you have to study for at least a minute. Most people ain't even study for 20 years. Man, I've been studying for 20 years. I've been through all chambers. I'm 45 years young. I tell people, man, my journey started in my 20s. I'm 45. It's getting ready to be a 20-year journey in my chamber. And more people come to me like, I study on this person stuff. But what about the life experience? Everybody want to challenge each other. You ain't challenged no Europeans. You ain't studied in the belly of the beast and make them sit on their fucking hands and teach them. And when they come around, they don't speak. They say, well, Sheik is in the house. He's going to speak on academia, and the doors be open. And when I go in academia, the donations be through the roof, and I give all the science to people. And then when Moors jump on my page, it's nothing. That's why I say it's fake. I call it porous science, not with everybody, but with a lot. It's became porous science because you look at the average Moors, they porous science. It's more, I just got out of prison, I'm this, that, and the other. A whole bunch. I'm finna sign some paperwork and do this. That's all that should be, porous science. You don't see a whole bunch of people successful in life. Done things. I've done that. And I'm a pillar in the plethora of communities. I've gotten people out of jail plenty times. I go into the prison, especially when I go back to my city, Flint, Michigan. I own property in my city. I've given property away. I've helped people get cars and every fucking thing. Bought kids backpacks, everything. So that's what this is about. And that's the only way you can learn. And I'm going to continue to say it because it's only grown people that are getting on my page saying that, how can I be something? I said, you tell me how can you be something? Because this more science is studying yourself. So if you don't know yourself and you ain't willing to study yourself and get a clear understanding, what can I do for you? And I get that all day from Moors. It be all grown people. And that's why I love dealing with children and parents and single moms, because children be wanting to learn. When I get on the basketball court and be training these kids, they be wanting to learn no color because I'm in Arizona. There ain't that many out here. When I teach adults and things, they be wanting to learn. They don't be wanting to say, well, how can I become this? They know I'm that. So that don't even be their question. Well, how can I be this? They know I'm that. They just be wanting to be where I'm at and learn. It ain't no, okay, am I finna be that now? None of my members no fucking master masons. They under the science. They mutis. That's why I be telling people, how you gonna be a master mason if you ain't went through the science? Because I don't make none of my members no fucking master masons. They don't give a fuck about that. I'm the comedic scientist. So what that mean? I teach you the degrees and you elevate to yourself. So people be want some fucking notoriety. Once again, people be wanting notoriety. My stuff wasn't just made up. It's anointed, consecrated. For my skills, for my work, for my life work. When I write my story, I've done a lot of things. I've been through a lot of stuff. And that's what I tell people. Then they get upset and they get mad. I say, see, that's the problem. We get mad. It's where's the, okay, let me open your book. Just like when you see a doctor and they say, I'm doctor this, and you get somebody playing they're a doctor, say, you ain't put in no work to say you know doctor. Just because you read some fucking book, don't know how you know how to do open brain surgery. I read this book how to do brain surgery. Okay, well, let me see you separate these children from the head. And let me see what history you got of successful surgery. You got no fucking history. None. But you got some books. And that's what I be telling people. I said, dude, we don't want shit. I call us the shake weight era. And that's all Moors want. Because I just told Moors how to donate everything and they don't want to. Moors know I have classes. Moors, if I show y'all how long grown men be following me, you be like, Sheik, you got every right to say it. Grown men be following me for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. One more jumped on my page and like, Sheik, they should know you telling the truth. I was following you when you used to be doing that crating, when you used to be all in Arizona, you used to be crating them big trucks and all that. Yeah, follow me for years. Years. Like you've been solid for years. You've been saying this shit was gonna happen. And I said, I know, because that's a European old playbook. I'm from Flint, Michigan. And what happened? All these Negroes going to jail, squatting the houses, running to China. We ain't telling no people that we can nationalize them, man. Please. That shit out there for public information. Y'all were going around saying y'all some Moorish American consulate, nationalizing people under some MAC number. Yes, the fuck you was. Yes, you was. And you got all these other goofy, nappy head niggas, I call them all squirrel heads, talking about, I can nationalize you, and your fake Jordan's better than the next person's. That shit don't mean nothing. That's what the hell I'm saying. Any questions? That's what I'm saying. The truth will make you free. If you want to be a part of something, you must be willing to be a student. Just like if you want to learn and go to college, you go and get the syllabus. You just can't be picking in the door and talk about, this is my birthright. I want to be a student. Man, this is a structure. I'm on here just talking to people. That's why I'm saying this is just regular stuff. I have structure. So if you want to learn from me, if you don't want to be structured, if you don't want to be a member and student and give dues each month, who cares? Because my membership dues is a fraction of what you would be if you in the churches or any other thing. And then everything you get from it, you'll be like, man, this is a fucking win-win. Everything you get coming back. Everything. And when you remember all the literature you get, if you're around people that's like you, man, all that shit comes back. All the growth come back. All my notes, we work out, we got, what else would you want? And so when a grown man on IG that I don't know, that they don't know, and the first thing they say is, I want to be a master mason, it clearly not, and I'm not making nothing up. I ask a person, well, have you graduated out of high school? And there's a lot of people, no. I say, well, okay, well, did you go to college? No. Did you got some trade? No. Okay, what's your background? Have you ever been in spirituality? No. Have you been in any disciplines? No. So what makes you think that you're gonna, one, take my syllabus and waste my time? Because I know you're gonna be bullshitting. You know you're gonna be bullshitting. Because once we sit down, you're gonna disappear. Because most of these people want some paper shit. Most of these people want some total. Oh, I'm finna feel all this. That's what most grown people want. And I don't got time for that. So I ask a person that, what do you think and what do you expecting out of this? And they'll tell me, and I say, well, I shake your hand and go find what you're looking for. Because I don't have that for you. All that stuff people be saying, I don't have that. This ain't no fraternity. I'm finna put something over your eyes and boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden in 3 weeks or a month, you initiated, or you finna get on the phone call with me with a whole bunch of shit like, what should I read, Sheik? What I need to read to get there? It ain't shit I can tell you to read. You need to be a fucking student and learn the prereqs. If you don't want to be a part of that, ain't shit I can do for you. Because I know people that let God come in their heart and the motherfucker that think they smart and not God come up into their heart, the spirituality under the systematically teachings and take them to the next fucking stratosphere. To the next stratosphere, because that's all be missing in a lot of people's life. Like I tell people, what's the use of a doctor if no one is sick? Everybody is not sick in the same manifestation. That's why I tell people as an adapt. If I'm healing a person and they healing might not be too much spirituality, but they might be struggling with some form of addiction. It might be drinking, smoking weed, eating, whatever. I'm a doctor. I know how to heal that. I know how to get in my arcana. I know what to use to heal that because I've healed myself. If it's spirituality, that, or if it's struggling with anxiety or prioritizing. It's all those keys, or being honorable, or finances. Most adults are not good with finances. Most adults right now, actually, what you make, you and your wife, people together, they make, and they say, I'll just use some average, because most people make average $40,000 a year. So you and your wife making $40,000 a year, and boom, combined, I say after tax, y'all making 70, whatever, $1,000 a year, whatever it is, and y'all struggling. So I'm gonna sit down and see what's going out, and you got more going out than what's coming in. You done. Because everybody want new cars, everybody want to keep, everybody want big, everybody think this, and I'm a finance major. So if you ain't into that, I'm fine, but you're not going to be around me with that shit. So all this stuff has to do with self-improvement before anything else. Just like if I was training your son on the basketball court and he don't have good grades, can't fuck with me because I don't give a shit about the sports. The first thing I want to know, why is this kid struggling in this academia? We got to get that shit right first. We got to get his eating right first. We got to get his discipline right first. We got to make sure he's a great student first. All that comes first with me, and then the rest of the shit gonna be simple. And so that's all the keys, and most people don't be ready for my shit. And that's a choice. I say, just like schools and relationships, a person can't just force themselves into the relationship when they say, well, I want to be part of this. That shit got to go both ways. Because if I don't want, it's like, oh, I like this girl, she gonna be my woman. Not if she don't like you. And that's what I'll be telling more. This my birthright. Well, go on with your birthright. I'm under the auspices of Allah, and this is the organization that we created. That shit got to go both ways, and that's why I tell a person, being a member with me, you got to be up on your dues, standing on your square. That's paying your dues, coming to class, being accountable. All that stuff. Now, they're showing up being a member. I tell people when it comes to Sunday school, when it comes to that class, a $20 donation for each class, I'll give you literature. That's worth way more than the donation you gave. You don't have to be a member. But to be a member, most Moors don't want to be a member. When they say that, and it is, I got men all over that have been with me for 3 years. So and then Moors can't even give up $200 a month. And I say, that ain't nothing but motherfucking what? A couple dollars a day? What $200? Well, shit, $100 a month is what, $5 a day for 20 days? We don't ask for 10%. And so that's what I'll be telling Moors. I don't waste my time. I give Moors the syllabus and enrollment package, and then when they see them contingent on a financial obligation, they don't want to do it. And you jump on these grown men Instagram page, they got a whole bunch of baseball hats, weed, drinks, these grown niggas in the club still today, and they don't have nothing. And the only more science they want to do is try to be a criminal, and they think them being some clandestine master mason, like they're going to be above some law, or they're going to say some magical shit and get them out of paying child support, or get them out of, or cancel some corporate debt. That's what these niggas be thinking. Excuse my candor. And I know it, because I'll be talking to them. And I'll be like, where you get this shit from? And Moors don't want to, and Moors don't want to admit that shit. I'm like, I'm finna get this shit. I'm finna show y'all something else before I leave. Let's see. Everybody just be want something like this here. Like everybody be want, oh shit, I need that to put on my car. I'm like, for what? You're gonna get your ass handed to you. And people just be want something and think this make them an initiate, or think this make them an initiate, or think of how to make you an initiate. Man, that shit, this is fire and ice. Because if you don't know what you're representing, your ass can get hangman. And that's how it should be. You can be hangman, being a fucking fraud. I just told you the European know everything. So if you a fraud, they're going to ask you a couple of things, and they're going to know you a fraud. They're going to know you a fraud off the dribble, because most of those politicians, police officers, everything, they're European Masons. They 32 and 33 degrees. This is a fact. I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. I see them all. So people like to go on Masonic stores and buy shit, and go on Amazon and buy shit. I be knowing them clandestine Negroes, and that's why they get their ass handed to them. I know them all. I know every fake one. I ain't got to say no names. A lady asked me one day, what about that one more? I said, don't ask me about nobody on no TV clowning, doing all that goofy shit. I don't care if you can go somewhere and buy some gloves off a Masonic store and be out acting a fool. That shit don't mean nothing. That shit don't mean nothing. These people be poor as hell. I know this for a fact. And then what all they do? They be rappers. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with rapping, but I be knowing these Negroes handle. It be bullshit. It be bullshit. They can't go nowhere and be an official, represent no children, represent no people, nothing. Be looked at a pillar nowhere. That's all fugazi. That's all. And I told you, Negroes always love pageantry. That's what we like. Nigga shit. That is not science. If you a sheik and all that, where's your pupils? And I tell everybody, if you a mapping a guy, just like if I say, hey, I'm a Wing Chun teacher, I ain't just no teacher on fucking Amazon. I should have students. Where's your students? A sheik have pupils. If you a teacher teaches. You systematically teach. If you would talk about, I write books, well, you write books. I don't author, man, over 100 books. I told y'all, a lot of people don't have the aptitude to put this shit together. They'll talk it. They don't have the aptitude to do it. That shit takes aptitude. That shit takes time. Getting a bachelor degree, a master degree, a doctorate degree in indigenous people law and policy. That shit take time and some aptitude. And that's the thing. Most people don't have the aptitude and the time. So anything that they don't understand, most MBCs, they diss that shit. And this is our science. What's a prophet and an angel? From your one-on-ones, clothes in the flesh, that come from amongst your brothers and your sisters. And we let people out here play with us. Oh, I study under my ancestors, but you'll send your kids to be educated by people who don't even look like you. And I got the same education and more, and my heart is pure. And I trump Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. All of my books that I gathered and compiled, that's on my PDF book page. It trumps Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. I got books to show you our Moorish astronauts and scientists in history when I was in school, blew people's mind. So that's what I'm saying. And even to my empresses, you ain't got to join them outside yourself, because the sons do all the bidding of the mothers. You ain't got to be out here. We'll talk about, European Eastern Star under that daughter of American Revolution shit. It's just the same. So I give everybody in closing peace and love, man. And so that's the deal you can get from me. I showed y'all all those books. I gave you a bundle deal. Morris, if y'all know each other, people should be putting their money together like boom. Because if you put the money together and get the bundle, you can share it with your people. That's what I tell people. We don't even be using our brain. Ain't no way in hell if I'm on a sheet page and I say, well, I got this. That's how you get your bag right. If I'm hustling, hey man, you got enough for a quarter of this? You got enough for a quarter of this? Just a whole brick. We finna get out. We finna bam, bam, bam. That's what I'll be doing if I'm into the science. And if I'm really into the science, I got to get this. Because this is what I'm into. If you say you want to learn, I show everybody how to learn from me. Brothers say they want to learn and be into the science. Watch, you'll never hear from them again. Watch, so write these brothers' names down. The brother name, Mr. underscore Migu 54. And when they say, how can I become a more science master mason, these people be asking this stuff. And then just like anything else, when it comes down to some finances, as soon as it comes down to that, they disappear. It be Fuji dust. So if brothers ask questions, we gonna see. And I'll show you how brothers handles be. It be disappear. And every time I be like, the brother that asked it, they ain't come nowhere because it's contingent on this. The first thing more say, I ain't got no money, or this, that, and the other. You jump on their page, they got all this. And I say, because grown people don't prioritize. We talk about grown people. I'm dealing with college students. They like $200 a month is nothing, she. One little boy like, man, I buy $200 pair of tennis shoes a week. I said, huh? I said, well, how you buy a pair of $200 tennis shoes a week? He said, because that's what I'm into. I said, oh, okay. This is a young kid. He said, man, I work, I make the money. He like, I'm in school. He like, this is what I'm into. He like, I'm into the science too. He like, I got all my college books from you. He like, I just make sure I have enough money to support you. It's a win-win. My parents love you. Islam. And that's what I'll be saying, man. That's why I don't have on YouTube or my inbox, I used to have my comments on, cut all that shit off. One day, me and my IT guy was going through the comments, and he's a misnomer Arab. His heart was hurt. He was like, Sheik, I don't even want you to read none of this shit. He was like, I know you don't care. And he was like, I know you got tough skin because you're from Flint and you've been through a lot. But he said, he's like, man, your people is fucked up in the fucking head. Excuse my candor. He said, can I say it? I said, please say it. He said, these all niggas. because you know how to jump on real time and have a satellite on these people's addresses real time. He said, look at this suck ass nigga coming out. This is what he said. He said, I gotta say, he said, these are not your people. He said, these is niggas. And I said, I don't deal with niggas. Because what's worse than one goofy nigga is two of them. They'll lie, they'll steal, they'll cheat, they'll tell on their own mama, all that shit. And lie in their grave and lie on their own fucking brother. And so he like, all these people he was like, half of them is Moors. And he's saying, everything you're saying can be researched. What is wrong with people? And he was like, man, just cut your comments off. So I cut my comments off, totally off. I had one person on my page one day, and it was that European Swindle King Hood week. And I told you, and he wasn't nothing but a goddamn agent. And I'm initiated, and I knew where he was from. And he got in trouble for bullying people on Instagram. I said, you can't bully me. I know where you from. I know you from Indiana. I know you a big European Albion. Boom, the powers that be got on his ass. Like, do you know who you talking to? And some of my European Mason buddies that's in his jurisdiction was like, you barking up the wrong tree, sir. You should have did your research before you even jumped on this fucking man page. If you jumping on sovereign citizen people page that call themselves Moors, because I'm cool with that, with you ruffling them goofy ass sovereign citizen, talking about I'm finna nationalize you and squatting in houses. I'm cool with you doing that, but you ain't finna jump on my page with that shit and you ain't do your due diligence. And if you take that to the court of law, they're gonna be like, you ain't do your due diligence with this man. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. He not one of them clowns. This is an official in this. Yes, he's from the tip. He got his own school. For nobody have to deal with the rhetoric. That's why I set up the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. For Moors don't have to be dealing with these goofy ass religious, goofy ass bum ass temples. And I ain't talking about all of them, and they be in there having church songs. Talk about they can nationalize you. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's one nationality, many cultures. And if you don't believe that, if you don't understand that, I'm sorry. Just like I tell people, I'm under a lot of cloths. I'm down with my Tasawwuf people. I'm down with all my nationality people that study under cloth. My Orisha, my Santeria. I deal with the tarot cards. I deal with all I have to be. To be an adept, I have to be able, if I'm going to all these other places, I tell people one of my elders is Credo Matua. I have to tell people this shit. From the Zulu, let me tell y'all something, man. An educator, if you was in the Zulu back that time, and if you can teach math and reading and arithmetic to the people, you are a shaman, you are a medicine man, you are spiritual. That's what they want to come back and teach the people of the fucking tribe. It ain't just no body, no regalia. When I show y'all Credo Matua and Sheikh Mambo, the Moradines, and I'll tell you, this ain't no whole bunch of people perpetrating. If you have skills, and if you under the Zulu, like one of my elders, Credo Matua, peace be among him, once you get that aptitude, you can come back to your tribe and teach your people. Just like Haile Selassie was sending his people to the States and them brothers was coming back to Ethiopia building a nation. The same thing what I do, I went through the fire. So when a person jump on my page and say they want to be a master mason, I'll be like, how? Like, how? And I look at a person vessel. Islam, peace and love. Peace and love to all my Jamaicans. Just like, and see, I'm glad my Jamaican, just like when I talk about my Jamaican, I say we all Maroons. When I talk about the Jamaican Maroons, when I talk about Empress Nanny, a lot of them was sent to Canada. A lot of them was sent to Nova Scotia. Man, I'm not prejudiced of my people. Man, this is a historian. Just like when I talk about when the U.S., when they killed all those Moors in that war, I showed y'all. It's a big world. People thought the fucking boat was coming back. They was fucking left there. It's indigenous people all over this motherfucker. Just like I told y'all, most people, when they go to Mexico, we finna go to Cancun and have a great fucking time, which most Negroes do, but never go to the Olmec Museum, which is a few fucking miles down the road. And when you go in the Olmec Museum, you see everything I'm talking about. No, you ain't in Africa, you in Mexico. And then you see the hieroglyphics. You like, these Egyptian hieroglyphics? No, these Mexico. So I don't get caught up in that. They all look the same. That should tell you something. That's what I tell people. I say, we lost. My people are lost due to a lack of knowledge, and we refuse. Watch this. I'm finna show my Jamaican brother something. Watch this. Let me find it for him. second, Noble. Real cut. Give me 1 second. You ready? Love you too, Noble. I love everybody. But like I tell everybody, man, we got to start supporting each other. And we don't. All this wisdom I just offered everybody, I done offer $1,600 worth of books for $125. I just offer $1,600 books for $125 you can download on your tablet. And if you want them printed, go to Office Max and Staples. And I used to buy them and print them with this on my machine. You see this right here? Come on, man. People lost. They don't study, talk about they study some hieroglyphics. And then try to act like it's a different science and don't understand all this. See, they be trying to make, like they all be trying to hate on people. Like they just had the little film on Haile Selassie. So man, I don't even fall, I don't deal with shit like that. That people not from no firsthand perspective. I'm good. I'm good on anybody trying to disrespect anybody that did the good for our people. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to hear it from nobody. I'm awesome. I'm just gonna stay in my lane. And when I be going every year, like I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society, and when I go each year, and all those European Masons and stuff, they be right here with me. Man, a lot of stuff is crazy, man. Like Noble, like for me, I'm in the States. Like a lot of stuff I'm building for a lot of people here in my city. I'm willing to come anywhere and do anything. I'm willing to spread my funds as far as I can in my ability anywhere. But I do a lot of stuff for my people here as well. I'm willing to come and help do anything and take any effort I have. Schools don't have to be big. Schools can be small. Schools can be remote in a certain area. When a person say build schools, I know how to build schools per se. A school ain't the building. A school is anywhere people can meet. Man, I can get a fucking shed and pack that bitch with 20, excuse my candy, with 20, 30 people and go remote online and educate right there. The same way people go to college and get a degree in 4 years, I can teach that shit in a couple weeks. That's what I'm saying. So when a person say build schools, I'm like, what do you mean when we say building? Because all I need is the people for the schools. I got the curriculum. If everybody know me, I got elementary curriculum, middle school curriculum. If people know my background, this is what I do. I've been doing it for years. My mother's an educator. I'm an educator. So when people say school, all we need the people to come together and go to a place. That's it. We don't have to build nothing. It's buildings already there. It takes us. And it takes what we have to build it. And then that's how other people gonna help us. We the people. We use buildings for anything else. I know grown people go each week and have parties. Or I'll rent this space to have a party. Okay, rent this space for we can teach. Rent this space for she can have class every week and go remote and people can come. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We want to argue, and I say, man, I'm not here to argue with nobody. With nobody. I'm not here to argue with nobody. Never. Never. But I bet you can't get no European educator or no professor or no ponte or no Mason, and I bet you can't put them against me, and I bet you they're going to be like, well, what am I here for? Guarantee you. And all people got to do is support. They can go remote. All this technology and all these skills we have. And I say, we ain't cavemen no more. People be on Instagram and IG all night looking at booty. I'll be on everybody's page. I'll be on everybody's page just like they be on mine. I'm like, damn, y'all liking these big booty girls all day. So we can use the internet to do things. We don't want to support it. And I say, man, we got all this technology. It's only one science. It's only one teacher. I'm telling you, and that's the problem. We try to act like we different, and we not. So it's a lot. And I have a full library. I have a full library of all type of science, history, civics, everything. You know? And then with the science, I've gathered and compiled a whole bunch of books for study. Like here go one of these are the books I've gathered and compiled. Moorish American, A Light of Ali, and the Adapt Study Guide. The House of Ali, Prophet and Angel. This is the prereqs where people I make it real plain. Everybody should have it. Interpretation of the Divine Creed of Moorish Islam. Very simple. We don't go against nothing. Sufism, and the triple role of the adapt chamber, featuring the command and adapt manual and the use of our carpenter tools. Very simple. Yeah, I can do it right from. I'll do it right from right here. I got a man. It's a temple in my city in Flint, Michigan. I have class with them online. They so cheap. They don't be at the temple, so they be all remote. I have different scheduling. I teach some college kids. Wednesday, they have a group of Moors. They meet me in the library, and then sometimes we go online. Like, I'll be all over. I'm getting ready in October 10th. I'll be in Vegas because it's Indigenous People Day. I'm with a whole bunch of misnomer Indians and my Mexico people. I'm meeting them out there. A lot of my people from California to bridge a lot of this Mexican black shit. And I showed them that day Mexico's. I've been there to the Olmec Museum. I got a whole bunch of, most of my Latinas and my Mexico brothers rock with me. Wait till I go to Cali, y'all gonna trip out. Y'all gonna trip out like, damn, she ain't lying. I'm be like, no, I got brothers with feathers on, everything. Yeah, my homies. Yeah, Moors, Mexico's. There's another one of my new books right here, The Divine Pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle and the Moorish Salat. The chemical, the essence of Moorish archival. That's one of my books. Delectable vegan treats. And when I say vegan, I don't mean vegan like a party that like meat and they eating fake meat. Just say clean eating. Because I deal with Mother Nature. And I tell you what meat is in the Bible. Things with seeds that grow. I'm under the certain dietary laws. I'm under a kosher diet. Everything, if anybody else want to do anything, then you fine. But I'm under a kosher diet. I'm under my Hebraic laws, period. That's what Moors are under. We under a kosher diet. You can do whatever you want. Healthy living and eating. Mind, body, and spirit must agree as one. My healthy book where I show you different workouts and stuff. And so those are just here go another one of my books. 14 famous Asiatics scientists in history. 14 famous Asiatic scientists in history. And these books, I wrote these probably years ago. And one of my little high school kids that I used to tutor, he wrote about this. And his teacher was like, where did you get this from? She's like, I never read any books. She's like, what secret group? And he was like, well, my tutor. Can we meet him? Yep. I went right up to the school, did lectures, everything. And they pay me because I'm real. Like, I deal with a lot of hard hit areas, like the hardest hit school areas. They got a fund for that. So a lot of times my fee be $2,500 and they can't pay that. So they give me $500 for my time and write to $2,000 up as in-kind service. It's like accounts receivable. And that's how I bounce around to all schools and colleges, almost in the same fashion when Muhammad Ali was banned from boxing. The reason why he was going to all those colleges and lecture, because he was under the Nation of Islam, which was tax exempt for the government. So the students, which is the student union, they have funds to have lecturers come. And that's how I travel all over as a lecturer. Most people don't know because they're not in academia, and I don't give a shit. The esoteric science of the Moorish fez. You can know about your fez. Here go another one of my books. Moorish scholars who debunk Eurocentric propaganda. I've advanced with Dr. Cress Wilson, Chancellor Wilson, some other scholars in history that people don't know about. Oh, I showed you this one. Oh, yeah, you are what you eat. Eat good, look good, feel good. I think I showed y'all that one. But those are just some of the books that I put out in a while, a long time ago. I also got another book I forgot to share, where I show you how to set up your not only your nonprofit, but your business. I walk you through it, the process. Get your EIN, it's very simple. Show you how to register on Guns and Bradstreet. Show you how to get quick 30 accounts. All that process I show. And I show you the strategy of how to build your business credit, because you must build business credit, and it's a strategy. And I show you how to do that with day-to-day operations. So, and that's what I'm done. I give gratitude to everybody. I showed y'all the books that y'all can get for the donation. I showed y'all all the literature that you can get. The value, if you look on Amazon, it's like $1,300. And I said you can get all these books for $125. I'll show you again. Exuna of the Nation. It's $200 on Amazon. Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering. It started at $1,000. and it goes up to 4,000. Golden Age of the Moors by Ivan Van Sertima, $150. Sacred Drift on Amazon, $234. White Cargo on Amazon is $200 something. I mean, it's about $22. All that. You get all that for $125. And if you want to print it, you go to Office Max and Staples. It's that simple. I showed y'all the documents that's priceless, that's not on Amazon, that you need so you can correct it. This right here, like you need white by law, the legal construction of race. I broke that down when I talk about what's your nationality, what's your race, what's your status, and people be playing the games, but the European agree with me, so I'm not going to argue with you. And the real Negro is the Indian, the AKA Blackamoor, where I show you plainly that these Negro Masons and these European Masons, they modern. Only in 1914, and I showed you we all the way in the 1800s, and they were established by Moors. I showed that and proved that, so it's nothing to even argue about. I showed you the state booklet, how the prophet set the temple up, for you don't have to be warning about these fascist groups. And then a bonus document I'll give you is this from 2016 from the CCRD to Sheikh Lonel Love L, and Sheikh is more to D Love L. And they lying talking, and they talk about some 1010 is some trust fund, and they telling them that you lying. And I tell y'all, everything is legal information. This is no slander. We saving people lives. When people are lied to you, and I say, okay, well, what about this? What about this? And they be looking stupid in the face. 1010 ain't no trust fund at the rainbow, at the end of the rainbow, none of that. It's all lies. And they damn sure ain't gonna touch Exuna of the Nation. We can correct so many teachings. And I tell people, just because somebody write a book don't mean it's valid. Like it's a little resurrection book, that red and white book. And they got Richard Dingale laying down, or it might be the prophet, but who gives a shit? It's in there somewhere, and it's some truth mixed with falsehood. Got in there saying that the prophet said, go to the city hall and get your wives. Man, that's stupid. And I can show you the prophets where he'll never tell you to bring nobody your third-party contract. You do that with your sheik. I'm an authority to do that. And I'm a notary of the republic. We don't have to bring nobody in our third-party contract. And if you don't want to abide by to the prophet's teachings and to the teachings that I bestow, then our prophet said, go buy your wives and bring them in a third-party contract. And that's why when you get divorced, it's a civil suit. That's all stupid. You get your union agreement, your union, because you're going 100 and 100 from your tribe, which is legally in bond, and we hold record. I'm telling you, the CCRD, which I showed Dan number, hold the records of who you are for public. Man, I don't deal with that goofy shit where if it's a secret account, let me see how much money a person has off of it. If they got a secret account, let me see how much money they got. Let me see how much. I just want to see it. All them goofy more than, oh, you follow this. These motherfuckers be somewhere in the fucking streets. Tell them to show me, prove it. Show me your ROI. Show me what you got. I don't want to hear it. That's what they be saying. Oh, show me. Because that ain't no special more thing. We ain't the only one with no motherfucking social security number. Everybody in life got a social security number. It ain't just no more. So show me not only a more, Europeans, everybody that done that and got it. And let me see what happened. I'll show you what these people be talking about. Research the Paradigm Group, the European in Canada, what happened to him. I can show you all them people that's in prison. A lot of these motherfucking white Europeans was in prison that done that shit. Because they ain't going to give you no straight answer. They ain't going to give you no straight answer about it. Because this is bullshit. And that's why I tell more. I say they better research who I am before they try to put me in a box with that sovereign citizen, cancel corporate debt, goofy ass, squatting in the house, bum ass, fake ass, passport ass shit. I'm some consulate court, fuck ass nigga shit. Excuse my candor. Excuse my candor. Excuse my candor. That's a European game. No disrespect. And if this person, I'm not hating, they know it. That's sovereign citizen shit. That's an old European ex-militia. I'm going to overthrow the government. I'm mad at the government shit. They ain't got nothing to do, no special. That's bullshit. I'm a Moorish American. I love to here to be in America. I'm under all the laws. Well, I ain't here to overthrow no government. That go against my bylaws. That go against my divine creed. I ain't no motherfucking sovereign citizen. These goofy ass niggas talk about they some national. National what? Yo ass ain't never left the raggedy goddamn neighborhood you come from, and you live in your mom house on Section 8. Fuck is you talking about? You some foreign national. Fuck you mean? I'm a Moorish American with Moroccan descent. I don't want to go nowhere else. I want to be right fucking here. That goofy ass. And I ain't saying you, no disrespect to you that's answering these questions, but I don't rock like that. I ain't out here drive without no goofy ass license, and I tell more, you got the right. I ain't saying you ain't got the right to travel. Get on the motherfucking horse. But it's certain goddamn jurisdictions. It's states that got jurisdictions. Is what you mean, man, dude. These it's not public roads. A lot of this shit, people are private. I'm telling you. So they have bylaws and restrictions. And the restrictions, if you gotta have operator's license to drive your to drive this fucking vehicle on this fucking highway. You got to have an operator's license to drive on this highway. That's the restriction in the law. Oh, you ain't no citizen. So why your goofy ass got a gun? All right, I'm a sovereign. You a gun? That's an oxymoron. How the fuck you a sovereign and a citizen at the same time, goofy ass nigga? But you got a gun, but you ain't no American citizen. Well, take your ass to Morocco, nigga. Excuse my candor. I'm keeping it 100. All this shit is stupid. I keep telling y'all, man, these people is playing the game. It's a whole bunch of goofy ass, low rank ex-military motherfuckers that's playing G.I. Joe, come out with that bum shit. I'll show y'all who agents. This shit is public information. Everybody that's educated know what the hell I'm talking about. And everybody that's on here, Freemason, know what I'm talking about. I'll give you doc number, Free Information Act, precedent in law cases. These Negroes be telling on themselves. They be having bail bondsmen. And then they be talking about all that shit, that speedy trial shit, and they be postponing their cases. One of these goofy Negroes had a $50,000 bail. He jumped it. The other squirrel-head Negro got an $8,000 bond. His parents put up money. I'm telling you what I know. This public information. And when this shit happen, I'm gonna be right there in court with my feds on, and the motherfucking referee gonna wave at me. I'm gonna wave right the fuck back. I told y'all this shit gonna come to light. I told y'all this shit. I told y'all. I don't respect no old fool that, I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't give a fuck if you've been doing shit for 20 years. You've been lying for 20 years. Because look how they started off. They always got to reinvent themselves. They started off at the Zodiacus was the woman. Then they came out with, well, I can nationalize you. It was a scam because they know niggas just like they came out of slavery back in the day with the 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment. Negroes didn't know they was free. So what them Negroes did, which all Grand Sheik and everybody be saying he didn't do it, and that bald-headed man, y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, Charlemagne, that came up with that Fugazi shit, talking about they was some Moorish American consulate. And I showed y'all the law. Y'all want to see it from the consulate courts? I showed y'all. If a United States citizen kill a Moor, or vice versa, if a Moor kill a U.S. citizen, that Moor want to be judged in the same parameters as that U.S. citizen. That's big fucking facts. Now what? They want to talk about some Zodiac law, some CMB? That shit ain't nothing. That shit don't mean nothing. What else you want to talk about? Some Sundry Moore Act? That shit don't mean nothing. You a criminal, your ass still go to jail. I'll show y'all this shit over and over, these precedented cases. They can't hide. Anybody that talk that shit that work, I'll show you. All them niggas went to fucking jail, don't pass go. I showed y'all the book with the one squirrel head motherfuckers call himself USAR. What happened to his ass came out here from Arizona. I told y'all. Let me show you the book. Jail, do not pass go. Came out to Arizona playing. These motherfuckers be going to jail. I'm telling you what I know. And it's RICO. RICO ain't just drugs. RICO is overthrowing the government. These people tell. Y'all don't be knowing their case. I'll pull all this shit up. This shit, copy and paste. I read this to y'all the other day. This shit is trash and ain't no disrespect. It's truth mixed with falsehood. You got a little clock of destiny shit printed in front of little bullshit. Yeah, fine. That's why I said, and nobody can get mad. Because in the court of law, I can use this shit for scholarship. It's a copyright law. You promoting shit out for law? Okay, I'm finna use this shit for dissecting. The same way we got my professor, we got a group, and they get people out of jail. It's pro bono. People be wrongly convicted. That's how I know a lot of law stuff, because we done helped so many people get out of prison. White, black, orange, purple, green, it don't fucking matter. And we use shit. You say a scholarship, you gonna put it out there? Trash, trash, trash. All this shit. Look, that AA22 number. I showed y'all that AA22 number. You can just look that shit up in the Library of Congress and look up CMB Zodiac laws. Zodiac laws, but it's something else to it as well. And I ain't gonna speak on it, but when people look it up, it ain't shit. It's smoke and mirrors. And these people be saying they the initiates of this shit, and they the only ones that can use it. Copy and paste shit. Copy and paste shit. Can't be mad at me. Man, this shit get ripped up in your fucking face. All of it. It'd be a whole bunch of confusing. I'm telling you what I know. And Moors can be mad all they want to. Don't make me no difference. I ain't here for popularity. I'll stand alone with this shit. I'll stand alone with it. All of it. They'll put a little CMB in here and all that shit, which don't mean nothing to me. And then here it is. They'll tell you it's membership, all this shit, and there ain't nothing. It be all Fugazi. And don't nobody send nobody into no burning house. So when people come on my page and try to put me in a box with the rest of them goddamn goofy ass sovereign citizen niggas with fizz on, you know I ain't that. And then they say CM Bay and all this, and they say he graduated from this and that. I say, nah, listen to me. I don't give a shit when you graduated. Just like you can look me up. If I say I graduated from Clear University with a dual master's degree in business management and nonprofit business startup, and I say I got a fucking dual master's degree for Grand Canyon University in first century history and religion with a minor in linguistics, damn it, you can look me up. I got to make it up and then get mad when people look it up and be like, this motherfucker lying. Or when the religious Islam brother, the young brother, made that fake ass video talking about he got some master's degree in Christian education and that's some fake ass diploma mill. That shit, some fake, and the motherfucker defrauded his motherfucking self. And I say, well, if that's the case, why are our own people to do that fake ass shit? Here this brother came with a fake ass word. What is this? No, you say you went through Islam school, you done came up with some whole fake shit. And that's what our own people do. They won't take that shit nowhere else because they can't. I'm in Arizona. I stay this shit with a motherfucking bullhorn on a corner around anybody with a bullhorn. I'm in Arizona. And I say this shit with a bullhorn. God damn it. I used to stay in Tucson. I know the fucking mayor in Tucson. I used to stay in Marana, Arizona. I know the fucking mayor. Fucking cholos. Fuck you talking about, man. And I talk just like this when I was graduating. I don't have time for that no slander when all that. Just because you say you're immortal, you ain't got no special this. All that black law shit, I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck a black law. Excuse my candor. Black law, what you want? Black law 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't give a fuck. Most of them don't have black laws dictionary. Let me tell you why. Because in first black laws 1 dictionary, you got to remember, black wasn't used to describe ethnicity in the first century. So I don't give a fuck about no black laws term book. All that shit is bullshit. And everybody scholar know I'm telling the truth. Give a fuck who wrote black laws. That's some bullshit. I don't give a fuck about no what they call that. Some Willie Lynch. That's some fake ass propaganda. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. Fake, fake, fake. If Willie Lynch was real, goddamn it, it'd be in the Library of Congress. No first century writer talk about no Willie Lynch. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. Every European nation know I'm telling the truth. But they'll let niggas have that fake shit. God damn it. Even Roots, Alex Haley plagiarized that shit from who? A European, Harold Colander. And Harold Colander made that shit up too. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Harold Colander made that shit up for that slavery propaganda shit. One war Tartarians be trumping a lot of shit too. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. This academia, this ain't no more shit. Fuck some more shit. I don't care about that. It ain't no more law. I'm better. I'm finna claim my nationality and I ain't gonna pay child support. I'm finna squat some house and I'm gonna put a fez on, man. That can be a dunce hat on your goofy ass. Point blank. I said it. Yeah, I agree with Europeans and anybody else in that. But the European swindle king that jumped on my page with that dumb shit, don't come on my page with that fuck shit, because I come right to you. And I ain't no Negro, black, or color. I tell you who I am. And then what he do? He make a video this 10 months ago, cut his beard off, because see, you jumped on my page with the shit. And that's why I tell people, don't come on here playing with me. I'm a real business. And you know I don't play that shit. But they be kikiing and laughing, jumping on people's page like they can hide under a motherfucking avatar. Jumped on my page where I see a black dude. And see, that's some bullshit. I ain't no motherfucking black dude. And then if I get to disrespecting somebody, calling their ass a hunky, a trelodite, telling them that they a son of a fucking Muslim, telling them exactly who they are, and I know everything, then people be mad and say, why are you doing that? Why you doing that? Because they jump on my page with that dumb shit, and that's what they do. Motherfucker jumped on my page with that bullshit, and because they be on other Moore's page with that shit, and with them goofy ass people talking about they some sovereign citizens with that traffic shit. Yeah, but if you would have did your due diligence, you know fucking well I ain't with that shit. So why would you come on my page with the same shit? That tells you ain't doing your due diligence. That tell you you're not brilliant. That tell you you're not particular. Because I don't say all Europeans is assholes. All Albans is trasshole. All Trinidad. I ain't with that prejudice shit. I don't do that. I deal with people of who they are. Because, hey, I told y'all, a Negro killed my brother. Negro killed my best friend. Negro killed my cousin. What are we talking about? This is all God's creation. Everything else is conditioned. So when I talk about respect and disrespect, I'll never get on nobody's page disrespecting them or jump on their page just to be a motherfucking disrespectful. I'll never do that. And these grown ass motherfucking old ass, and I'm gonna say it, European Albion trailer like get on people page just to cause fucking problems. Like nobody don't know who they motherfucking ass is, and they do that shit all over, and they get they shit shut down, and then they act like nobody know them. You a fucking bully, but you ain't finna bully me on my shit. Point blank. And I was nice to the European. I be nice to everybody. I say, dude, and don't take my niceness for weakness. I know who these people be. And that's what I'm saying. I respect everybody. So if a person come on my page and they want to learn, but this person get on my page, what about this? I don't give a shit about that. Well, who the more? I don't care a fuck about that neither. Well, I don't care about that neither. All the shit, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about none of that shit. Because if we get a history of law, history, you have no fucking history. Now, and we can do academia. We can go for academia. We can go right to the university. With the doctoral library, you can come in there. We can deal with academia. And I ain't finna debate no Negro that don't know nothing because it's a waste of time. Point blank, and they know it. Everyone know it. And most of these Europeans, it's Masons. They know they sons of Muslims. They know they wear the fez and clandestine. They know all this shit. They know exactly what I'm saying. And most of them part of the Philosophical Research Society. They might not be active, but they know. They know I know. And they sons of Muslims. They know this for a fact. And the European is not the joke of masonry. The Negro is. The European is not the joke of masonry because he would tell you that he or she is a son of a Muslim. So like I said, man, I love y'all, man. And just like I said, our prophet ain't tell you to go to the Roman venue and do that. The religious laws trump it. You have a right of a nationality and a right to change it. I don't get in all that. I get into the religious laws. Ask my mom. I got homies that's Mormons and Amish. They don't care about none of this shit going on. The religious laws trump them. We got 40 acres in St. John's, Arizona. I'm cool with my Mormon people, my Amish people. And if anybody know, Amish is a lifestyle. That shit on TV ain't real. Because I got an Amish homeboy named Khalid. That's some more. Point blank. That showed me what wood is good to burn, what's good to build, what mushrooms you can live off of, all type of shit. Showing me how to do my septic tanks on my land, a lot of stuff that I know how to do. They got big equipment. So, man, I don't get caught into that slander when people jump on my page and they think they hiding. As soon as you jump on my page, you're a willing obligor. What? You a willing obligor. I'm a business. I know your handle. It's like an ISBN address. How I can look up a book, you pinging off a tower. I tell people, what? You pinging off a tower. Want me to show you? Want me to show you exactly where you are? I don't care with no avatar. This is real time. Big brother always watching. And if I'm a business, I got your ISBN. I showed them more this shit is simple. You can't hide. And people jump on people's page and I said, this is cyberbullying when you talk that and be all goofy and you're a grown European playing on my page. And then I boom, have my IT guy like, this is where he stayed. This is address. He's in Indiana, blah, 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 blah. Be like, shit, do they know who you are? They about to find out. Point blank. Like anybody on my page, I can tell you where you at right now. Your address real time. If you don't hear, I got everybody hand. I can tell you where you at right now, real time. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. That's Big Brother. The satellite is there. It's real time. Because you pinging off a tower and your ISBN address is logged. That's how I know how many people been following me forever. I'm telling you, I go through this shit. That's why if you come on my IG page, anything, I control my IG page like a business. You'll never see no bots or no bullshit in there, or I lost weight to this, or I donated to this. You'll never see no shit like that. Why? Because I control my shit. I know bots and shit. And I delete it. I don't respond to it, but I had to because one of my European colleagues hit me up and he was like, speak on it. Because you honorable with me, and I speak on it. And that's the only person that European, his name was Swindle King Hoodwink, jumped on my motherfucking page. I don't know where he just jumped on my page with some bullshit because he be arguing with other Moors. I think it's some NWO Moor, whatever, and with that shit. And he be on other people page with that shit. But if you jump on my page, you know I ain't with that bullshit. You know that. Islam, talk to me. Peace, love. This is real, man. And I just use this to talk to my people. And if you're not into what I'm into, there's no reason for you to be here. There's no reason for you to be on my page with no distraction. There's no reason for you to be saying nothing because that shows how crazy your ass is. And that shows people how sick you are. People be having children and wives, and that show you they whole thing. And then they pages begin shut down. Then they go on other platforms and shit. And then when they get exposed, they got to make videos. Okay, well, you got all your beard shaved off. Okay, well, I'm not going to go against no true Moorish Science Temple of America. You don't even know no true Moorish Science Temple of America. And what that mean? Because I'm a sheik from the temple. I have a school. So what you be saying? What these people saying? They don't know shit. And that's flat out. You ain't gonna attack no true Moorish Science. You don't even know no true Moorish Science Temple. I'm a sheik and an educator. Forget the Moorish Science Temple of America. What you talk about? Because you jumped on my page. I got the documents. I'll show you. Got the whole thing. My guy was like, this shit crazy. They were like, this that motherfucker Swindle King Hoodwink. Boom, got everything. Boom, 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 boom. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And that's what that man do. Look at it. Look at it. And that's what I'll be saying. I'll be knowing these people handles. I'll be knowing these people handles. And I'm not going to tolerate it. And I hope you're here to learn. If you're not, please excuse yourself. And that's why I'll be telling people, I'll be knowing who you are when you coming. So why don't you do the research to make sure when you come to me correct? You know I ain't no sovereign citizen. You know I ain't doing nothing illegal. You know this. But just because you see affairs and all that, you try to put everybody in a box. And if that's the case, I say, damn, every European Albion Trelodike is a fucking walk on their hands. Excuse my cat, I don't say that. It's like saying every misnomer Negro is this, or every Moor be doing that sovereign citizen shit. That's not true. You ain't even met true Moors through the temple and educators. They never even met them. They never even met them. But that's what people do. They get on people's pages to cause confusion. And there's no confusion here. I never debate my brothers and sisters, but I never debate no one that should be a student and that should be here to learn. Never in life. And when it comes to this masonry, come on. When it comes to this science, that can be it right there. They buried you in a shallow grave. Your own brother alive. They know what the acacia leaf is. That's to identify where they buried you in a shallow grave. Jabal, Jablum, Jubilee, they buried you in a shallow grave and had a Jubilee. It's in the Bible. Come on. That Haram Abith, I lectured this stuff the other day. That in memory of Haram Abith, that widow's son, all Fugazi. And 32 and 33 degrees is nothing. In meteorology, that's when water freezes. That's snowman wisdom. These is facts. So I love y'all, man. Any questions? I'm out of here. Y'all know how to get these books. I just showed y'all. If Moors want them, y'all know how to get these books. I offer everything. A scholar can have a platform where people want this literature. You don't have to go there and pay all that much money for stuff. I just offered y'all books on Amazon you see for $1,300. Well, yeah, at least $1,400, $1,500. And I'm offering them all those books for $125. If you don't want it, it ain't no way I can help no one. It ain't no way I can help you. If you want to learn and come to class, I'm here to welcome. I'm here for study because you got to use history for study. History for study. I don't care about nobody, religion, all that. I'm fine with your religion. I understand your religion, but you're not going to come saying the Bible says this and the Bible says that, and you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. I know that for a fact. I know most people ain't read the book of Yasher, and they don't even have all the books to go with the Bible. I know most people haven't read the Book of Mormon, which is the view of the Hebrews, that it was all plagiarized. I can show you word for word in the Book of Mormon come from out the view of the Hebrews. So we're not even going to have that discussion on text and things. I'm not even want to have that, but I'm saying I give everybody gratitude and I give everybody love. And I'm not one of them Moors that's going to lead you to no burn the house. I don't squat to no houses. This ain't no cancel corporate debt shit. This ain't no sovereign citizen shit. This ain't no, I'm finna give you no fake ass Moorish American travel document. You finna lie, act like you got out of the country with that shit. Damn it, Moss Def, AKA Hassan Bey, when he had that world passport, you see what happened to him? He couldn't hardly get back in the States. And you gonna let these goofy retired Negroes make up, so it's a Moorish American travel document with Aaliyah and Michael Jordan in that motherfucker, and people be lying to you. I don't even want that trash. Give me a passport with my feds and turban on there, with my sign Elder Bay on there. That's like your license, whatever, your sign Elder Bay. That's the only UCC you need to be worrying about, your signature. Everything else don't mean nothing. Come on, man. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. All that stuff don't mean nothing. Because to go out of the country, your driver's license is not ID when you out of the country. I'm telling you, I ain't got to go there. Why? How you think the Mormons and the Amish travel? When the Mormons be out here, the Latter-day Saints, they be having they what? They temple ID, they affiliation ID. They might have a driver's license, all that, but that shows they part of a tribe. It's bigger than that. The religious laws trump all this shit. The religious laws trump all this shit. I'm telling you facts. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. The religious laws trump anything. That's why we do things in a group. That's why I talk about the tribal laws, which protect you from anything else. The religious rights of the indigenous people say you can have your own spirituality, your tribe, not amalgamate, not affiliate with nobody else, be private, have your own culture, have your own books, use public facilities for your education, bring your teachings back. All that shit, legal and lawfully. And they ain't nothing but holders of your paperwork that you say who you are. All facts. So I don't care about no more spending a whole bunch of shit, and they don't even know about a lot of shit being abolished. They be talking about it. Read Black Law 1, dude. I'll be like, man, dude, that shit's stupid. And read listen, I don't give a fuck about that. And I say, okay, well, what's the SF 181 form? It's a couple things people be having valid, but the rest of that shit, that Black Law shit, and all that old ass shit that been abolished, I don't. Man, you get your ass handed to you. They'd be laughing. A lot of this shit is the wrong jurisdiction. Like one more is talking about a case law in Hawaii. I said, that shit ain't valid where you at, fool. And they just be spitting out a lot of shit. And so that's what Moors do. And there's a whole bunch of retarded people. They think they can spit out. Look at the definition of Black Law Ninja. That shit is a term. And none of them motherfuckers defended no one. They ain't been nowhere. They ain't helped no one. They take pictures in front of courts. And what true person go to court all day? Only person that's going to court is a criminal. So I love y'all, man. Peace.